Here's how AI can help you finally find time to write even if you're drowning in work. Hi there, I'm Dominic, founder of LegendFiction. It's a writing community for authors who believe that stories really matter and they want to get a ton of writing done and have a whole lot of fun doing it. For authors who are money strapped, like me, who don't have a lot of time, who wish that we could spend hours in creative work but just can't, getting help is essential, especially if you're like me. And you have ADD or extremely demanding job requirements. How many of us are out there? Most of my creative energy goes into just keeping my job running, like paying bills and making sure life stays afloat. And by the time that I get to the evening and I'm exhausted, I'm just staring dumbly at the thing that I'm passionate about, which is my writing. Honestly, look, frankly, but come on, this is a silly situation for humans to be living in, right? I don't think that it's good. I don't think it's sustainable, but it's real, and it's where you and I are, right? So when I have a new idea, I drop it into ChatGPT and I ask for help. I would love to hire an editor or like a writing coach, but even though I'm the founder of like multiple communities, all of my extra income, like it goes straight to medical bills. I mean, if that's you too, say hi in the comments. For people in my situation, ChatGPT has become invaluable. I can ask it to like act like a writing coach, to study the chapter that I just wrote, to suggest improvements, to spot potential plot holes, or to offer ideas to enrich my characters and my story. It's especially helpful in the ideating stage. I can ask it to like pretend to be my favorite author and recommend how they would structure a plot, okay? Or I can ask for advice from the perspective of a professional, like a psychotherapist for character development, or an astronaut for accuracy in my sci-fi world building. If you've never tried this, it's an insanely helpful thing to do. You go to chat, I think you can set up a free account and they give you a whole ton of free uses, or you pay $20 a month to get access to it, which is what I do. And then you go, hi chat, I want you to act like, and then define a specific profession, right? This is really important. You're asking chat to role play. When you ask chat to role play, it won't give you default boilerplate answers. As helpful as some of those can be, it will actually help it to identify out of everything that it's like potentially like going to give you, you ask it to role play and it'll instantly identify out of that all of the answers that a specific profession or expertise will pull together, and that can be a whole lot more helpful. So you go, hey chat, I want you to act like a psychotherapist. I'm trying to create a character. Here's what I'm thinking and here's what I've got about them so far. Unpack this. How would profile them? What would you recommend? What could you infer from between the lines of what I've written about what is likely about this character, right? Or you can ask someone who's like trying to build a spaceship or a spacecraft kind of thing. I want you to act like somebody who works at NASA and who deeply understands engineering and logistics, and I want you to help me craft a specific type of space station that's going to survive interstellar travel or something, and give me like 6 suggestions I would never have thought of based on the latest science, right, that NASA has access to, or something like this. And okay, it might go as far as what it remembers from 2023. Right, ask chat to role play. I'm trying to create a story about a lawyer. I want you to act like a professional lawyer who specializes in, family law in California or in Nevada, something like that. My story is set here. Here's my story idea so far. How would a real lawyer weigh in and make recommendations on how to make this better? Okay. Have chat role play for you to give you better, more accurate, more helpful feedback. Now, how helpful would it be? Think about your last novel that you wrote, your last story. How helpful would it have been to have had a brainstorming buddy kind of at the beginning, right? I'll ask chat to help me unpack a character for me, why they matter to me, what motivates them. Often, this is work that understanding of a character that I will only reach after spending like an entire novel trying to write them out. It's exactly what actually did happen to me. After 120,000 words writing about this character, I finally began to understand the character's heart and her motivation. It is funny how that happens, but it's like literally means spending so much time with a person. It's like why we date somebody for a long time is to get to know them, to make sure that we're making the right decision. It can be the same time with a character. Well, what if you could get a cheat code so that you could get into writing a character and writing your novel with a lot more confidence a lot faster? And that's what chat can, not always will, but can help by helping you go, oh, I never would have thought of those, reading between the lines inferences or just things I would have never considered about how her childhood would have affected her adult life, or how there's indication of like a traumatic episode that I never invented that's affecting why she's acting this way, or something, or a motivation, right? Just imagine how helpful it would be to have a brainstorming buddy like that. Somebody who can put your character through different writing frameworks. For example, ask it, take my character and like field test it, or put it through the Save the Cat methodology, or put it through the Pixar framework, or take my character and let's just make a mess and have fun with the hero's journey. What would the character need to go through? And you might not do anything with it, but it can help you start to think about your character a little more proactively, with a little more breadth, This is what authors do, right? We create through a process of discovery. But again, life is hard. We've all had genuinely good ideas fade because just life demands so much attention. And the tiny bits of energy that we do have, they often get lost because creative work it requires focus and time and heart. So if there is a tool that can help us to move faster and further so that we don't lose those fragile ideas, that is worth its weight in gold. Especially if you're stuck in a life that you can't control and you can't fix overnight, and you can't escape to like a dream writing retreat with endless sunlight and healthy food and no bills. We don't live in that world. Not anymore. I don't know if we ever did. But 100 years ago, it's true that people didn't have to stress over like endless notifications and distractions and just impossible workloads. The demands are higher now. The tedium is relentless. I believe there's a reason AI showed up when it did. AI arrived right on time, not to replace us, but to empower us, to help us handle the cosmic levels of nonsense that we're buried under. So, getting back your free time, sometimes it's about not just scheduling the time, but capturing and storing and working with every bit of creative energy that you have, so that when you do have like a spare moment to write, you're so ready because you have captured all of that steam like in a pressure cooker. You've, instead of losing it to everything that is happening in your life, even when there's so much work going on, you can gather all of that, you can store it, you can keep nurturing it, and then when it's time to write, you can go, even if it's only 20 minutes, even if it's only 1 hour a week, and it's like a date every Saturday morning, and you just look forward to that, and then you do that, and then you start making progress. But you can sort of do that because on the subway in your off hours, you're able to like chat with a friend or a tool that can help you keep processing and keep thinking, and it'll keep researching for you, and it'll keep outlining and push back so that you're able to like stay in the zone. Like while you're driving home and you're commuting, you can keep chatting with something that'll help you keep thinking about the story that you want to craft. So last thought, and then we'll get into the next video. If this video is helpful, please hit the like button and then say hi in the comments, because I think there are hundreds of authors out there who would love a video like this, and it might be really helpful for them. So every like is going to help this video reach more people. The only way that we're going to get through everything in life is if we keep empowering more creators and artists to create, and to create more often. I think here's the secret. We're going to get into the next video. The secret every overwhelmed creator needs to hear: choose your own path. Let's get into that.